Hello, everyone. Today we are here with Gerald Steinhoff, Chief Commercial Officer, HAECO. Hi, Gerald. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much for having me.
So, coming to my first question, HAECO has long been a prominent player in global MRO sector. How do you see the aviation MRO market evolving in the next 3 to 5 years? And what strategic priorities is HAECO focusing ahead of industry trends?
Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. I would say today, if my kids would ask me, I would say the MRO and the aviation industry is the most exciting area where you could work. Why? Because growth is fantastic. It's a very dynamic industry, and every day you have changes in further developments. It's fascinating. You see growth rates that are at least one digit, depending on the region, and the Middle East plays a very, very special role in that. I've hardly seen any region in the world that is more dynamic than the Middle East. And looking forward to the next years, we foresee that growth will be still very, very strong. We still have, let's say, the challenge to grow with our capacities as fast as the market. So we will see in the next years still some constraints on capacity, which we try to catch up with healthy investments in the world.
So, in your opinion, how has the demand for MRO services shifted across different regions and airtype types? And how is HAECO adapting its commercial strategies to these changes?
Yeah. The markets look a little bit different from growth sides. So while you see Europe and the American market quite saturated, you see APAC and the Middle East as booming. So these are the areas where we see the highest growth rates in the world. So that means from MRO perspective that we have to be very close to our customers here and think ahead of time what they will be needing tomorrow on that basis of that high growth. Especially here in the Middle East, you see airlines with highest ambitions and big aircraft orders, which we will have to serve. And it's while we are still waiting for the new aircraft types to come on time, we of course have to stretch between older aircraft types to still maintain them and the new ones to build up new technologies, new abilities to still serve that market.
So, digitalization and new technologies are transforming MRO operations. Can you share recent initiative or technology investment HAECO has made to enhance maintenance efficiency, predictive analysis, and service quality?
Yeah, maybe let's start with the digitalization. We have an own team that is working on digital ideas on behalf of our customer. Our first IT solution for our customers is the customer gateway that we have introduced. We have several customers in the meantime that use that tool. And what it does is it gives highest transparency for base maintenance customers where their aircraft currently is in our hangars, on which work packages we work, and in case there is a delay, why that is. That means it's a digital solution giving the customer on a daily basis the status quo of our work and having the chance to very closely with the customer work on solutions in case there's any shortage of material, any delay on base maintenance. Is a sharing of information and jointly learning. On technology, we have the big chance now with a new hangar coming up that we were going to open up in Xiamen in 2027 to implement all technologies that you can think of. We are, as you know, we are moving there, our hangars, 12 wide body and 6 narrow body lines with the new airport into a fascinating new facility, which I can say it's a single span hangar, the biggest one in the world. And it will be the most modern one where we think there will be highest efficiencies, robotics, automated warehouses, drones. All these examples show you that we have a broad technology landscape that we try to implement in this new shop, which should be, let's say, a highest class in the world.
Are there any recent collaborations or strategic alliances you can highlight that significantly expand HAECO's capabilities or market footprint?
Let's maybe touch on one very important one, which I'm proud of. If you look at the development of our partnership with a big OEM in the market, Safran in France, we developed that partnership during the last 3 years in a very, very successful way. I would be expecting a few more steps in the next weeks and months to come with some signatures on the component side,
Okay.
where we jointly see a good opportunity to establish, to build up new capabilities in Chinese mainland or in Hong Kong to support their services and products around the world. That is a very fantastic partnership. This goes beyond components. On the engine sector, we're very successful with Safran to introduce new capabilities in our shops. And so this is one of the partnerships that I would say is a very promising one. Despite all the existing ones that we have, for example, the Boeing on the landing gear services in our shops in Xiamen, where Boeing is very happy to work with us, I feel,
Right.
for example, on the 787 landing gear, but also on other landing gear types. HAECO is a company that always worked together in partnerships in all kind of polar, and this will be also in the future the case. In these partnerships, this is one of the secrets of our success.
So global supply chain disruptions have affected many sectors. How has your company worked to strengthen supply chain resilience for its MRO operations? And what commercial challenges or opportunities has this presented?
The supply chain is a different challenge depending on the services that we have. We don't see too many disruptions in our base maintenance and line maintenance service. There we rather have the topic that others have as well, to have the challenge of manpower and manpower shortages. Our answer to that is strategic alliances with universities and schools to establish, let's say, a very good baseload of people, very good qualified people in our shops in Hong Kong and Xiamen, and programs where we work on sustaining people in our company
Right.
by establishing, let's say, not only salary structures that we need, but also a culture that people like to stay with HAECO. On the parts side, of course, the engine business is harder affected by supply chain. There we work very close with GE and Rolls-Royce, our partners. The advantage is GE and Rolls-Royce help us in their network to, let's say, limit the effects on our engine repair. While I would assume that in the next months, there will be still shortages and effects, of course, on the turnaround time. But with our partners together, we can explore how to prioritize engines and how to limit those effects that we see from supply chain.
So, in a highly competitive MRO market, what would you say differentiate HAECO's commercial value proposition from other global MRO providers? Yeah, especially for major airline customers and leasing companies.
I always start with our customer-centric approach. We have our sales forces in all markets, in all important markets. Let me give you an example. We just established one corporate sales person here in Dubai, which is now very, very close to the market, who listens to the customer, who understands their needs, and together with the customer leads on customer solutions for the future. So our customer-centric approach is one of the secrets why many customers value us. Then on the other hand, we very often talk about a can-do spirit in our company. This is something that you feel when you come into our shops, when you feel our people, how they work, how they welcome you. And in case something doesn't go well, they're there to support you and find solutions. Solution orientation, service offerings. That is one of the USPs that we do. And that is the spirit of the people behind and the way they love their customers.
So, could you shed some light on your, any recent development within the Middle East market, especially UAE, related to infrastructure and new investment?
Let's start with customers. First of all, if you enter a market, for us, always the commercial side of the business is important to establish networks,
Right.
to understand what the market needs. And you can see that nicely on the A380 contract with Emirates, for example. We just extended that contract for another couple of years. The customer is very, very happy with us. He just inducted the first 2 12-year checks, and we delivered before time. And so Emirates is very happy. They went into an extension of their contract and want to further explore other services. Another example is just happened today. We signed the GE90 contract with Saudia.
Okay.
This is a big one. This is great. As you know, last year we entered into the GE90 contracts with airlines. We repaired the GE90 for many, many years. So our teams are experienced in the technology side. Now we can sell that service to the customer directly. And today we signed the contract with Saudia. It's the third one that we were awarded on and the biggest one. And that shows you how strong we commercially are in the Middle East in the meantime. This development is now topped. We just signed a leasing contract here in Dubai for a facility. So we're going to go into investment now. This will be on the global engine service side. So these are the quick turns. These are the on-wing services that we will establish here in Dubai for the Middle East. And this is the starting point, I think, for an exciting journey ahead.
So looking ahead, are there specific markets, service lines, or technologies where HAECO plans to invest or expand, such as wide body maintenance, engine services, or digital platforms? Like any plans for next 5 to 7 years?
Oh yes, big plans. First of all, let's start with the markets. If you look at, first of all, commercial market, we are globally. So our sales teams are sitting global. Investment strategy, we have a very clear priority. And these are the biggest growth markets in the world. This is the Middle East, this is APEC, this is Chinese mainland. This is our investment strategy at the regions we want to invest and grow. Now, if I look at the specific services that we have, nearly every service we are investing. If you look at base maintenance, as I said, we're going to extend the Xiamen facility by 4 wide-body lines, which makes it from 12 to 16 lines. We're also going to invest into APAC, an APAC facility with 4 additional wide-body lines, base maintenance, which gives a growth of 8 wide-body lines in the region here for the next years. On the engine side, we're going to extend to new engine types in our shops in Xiamen and in Hong Kong. For example, on the 9X, on the CF3410A, so the COMAC aircraft. On component side, I mentioned before, good collaborations with OEMs that will allow us licenses and the ability to further build up capabilities, repair capabilities. On the landing gear side, we're currently looking into a potential extension because we feel the market is there. And with the quality and the service that we deliver, the demand will be continuously growing. So you see a healthy portfolio and a wonderful growth story ahead. Right, the Middle East will play a significant role in that.
Right. I think that is all. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much for the trust.
Thank you. Thank you.